Domina is a gladiator management simulator where you acquire, train, and upgrade gladiators and use them to fight in gloriously bloody arena battles. The art style definitely has an old school feel to it, but don't let that turn you away. A lot of the streamers I've talked to about it won't give it a chance for that particular reason, which is a shame because it's being developed with Twitch interactivity in mind. More on that later though. Your typical gameplay experience will be managing your ludus, making sure you have enough food and water on a day-to-day basis, buying slaves to fight for you as gladiators, managing your relationship with the legate and magister, and hiring various employees to do things like repair gear, build upgrades, heal your gladiators, educate your gladiators, or give you buffs. You have about a year to develop your gladiators to a state where you can challenge the regional champions, and, without wanting to spoil it, the final fight. Random events can happen that may affect your gladiators, your resources, or your relationships. Every few days, you'll be called on to fight in the arena against a competitive ludus. You choose which of your gladiators has to fight, and after researching a skill, you can choose whether or not you want to control that gladiator. The fights look cool, but they are pretty quick, though sometimes you'll get a pretty exciting fight where both gladiators are dodging everything they throw at one another. There are also variations of fights, where there are multiple gladiators on both sides, one versus multiples, a number of lions, and fights where one gladiator is chained. Even if you have a real badass gladiator, they aren't completely invincible. One misstep is all it takes for your weaker enemy to land a critical hit and dismember them. Don't take your weaker gladiators for granted either. One time, I thought none of my gladiators could defeat someone I was going up against, so I threw one of the weaker ones I didn't really care about into the fight. In addition to that, he was unarmed. After running around for a bit, someone from the crowd proceeded to throw a weapon into the ring. He picked it up, landed some really lucky hits, and took out his opponent. It was a lot of fun to watch, and for this reason, I think having the AI control your gladiator is my preferred way to play. In regards to the difficulty, the game is pretty unforgiving. In your first few playthroughs of the game, you will starve, you will accidentally kill off all your decent gladiators, leaving you with no way to compete in the matches, and you will run out of time to contest the regional champions. Now on to the Twitch integration. Now first and foremost, I am not a streamer. I tried it a long time ago, which some of you might remember, and I found it to be very awkward. But this game kind of makes me want to start streaming. This is not simply a means to make streaming easier. It actually adds a level of interaction between you and your chat. People in your chat will show up as gladiators, you can recruit them, and fight others as opponents. Your chat can even vote for when you have to make a decision when an event happens. Whether your gladiators live or die when they surrender, or when one of your gladiators asks for freedom. I really wish more games did something like this. Now as for the game's future, the developer makes a lot of small updates and often. Everything that anyone has complained about on Steam, they've addressed, so this game is in good hands. If you're a streamer, or if anything I said interests you, know that I highly recommend this game. If you're on the fence, or if this doesn't sound interesting to you at all, drop in on someone streaming this. It's still fun to see your name pop up in the game, and maybe you'll wreck the streamer's gladiators, or become his or her champion. The only thing I don't recommend is googling Domina at work. My name is Phunky, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.